Jurgen, first of all, what reception are you expecting here from the home fans tomorrow night?
No, wow. No, no idea, really. It will not be a celebration. So I don't think that anybody thinks about reception for me tomorrow night. There's no reason for it. I never had any reception. So here it's to come out and you prepare the team, and then you just play football. So there's no reception expected.
When some then take the view that this competition could harm your chances of winning the Premier League, what worth do you see in the opposite argument to that, that actually it could help build momentum towards that end goal?
I really don't think that any other coach in the world or manager in the world has to answer this question when you play Champions League. I really think that's really unique. That only happens if you are the Liverpool manager and the pundits come from Manchester United and start these things. That's how it is. I only can say that if we play this competition, you ask us after when we went out in FA Cup, in the Carabao Cup, stuff like that, if it's better for us like this. We don't see it like this. We wanted to go through, but we didn't. And this time we want to be focused on that game. And even if it would harm us, we could not change it. The whole world watch this game tomorrow night. If we go in and play on 1.5 legs or what, I wish that the guys who write you down this question, whatever, that they try to prove someday that it's possible to use their ideas in real life and not only in the studio. That would help. I'm not angry about it. It's so mad that I constantly get confronted with it. And on the other hand side, it will build a momentum. Yes, if we play good football afterwards. This game has nothing to do with anything else. If we only stay in this competition and if we win it tomorrow night, if we deserve to go through, if we play good football, it could change the world for us. If not, and then we say on Thursday morning, so now, oh, it's over and now let's concentrate on Fulham. Of course, that's how it is. Nothing to do. It's only one game, a very important game, very, very important game, and more important games will come. So Sunday, Fulham, and then, I don't know, Tottenham, and then the next one. That's all we come. But tomorrow night, we only play one of them, and that's against Bayern.
One more, Vinny.
The point I was just making, though, was that in the past we have seen cup competitions go in tandem with a really successful run in league. And so that's where the other argument falls down.
Not always. It was not always like this. Sometimes, and not always. And that's how it is. Tomorrow we play against Bayern. That's it. And then we play against Fulham a couple of days later.
Okay. We'll go to John Murray. Gentleman with a headset from the BBC, and then we'll take some of the hands that have gone on. Yes, John.
Jurgen, how difficult is it to get the balance absolutely right in terms of how you approach this game offensively, defensively?
I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it's a challenge. That's exactly what you need. You need a rhythm. You need the right things to do in a specific moment. So Bayern is a world-class football team. So that's what everybody knows. World-class players, and now that sounds easy, but you have to defend. You have to defend them on absolutely highest level, on our highest level. And that's how I know from my experience in Bayern, the big difference makes then when you have the ball, you have to be really confident, because that's difficult against world-class teams. It happens from time to time that you don't have then the balls to play your really brave, or your best football. That's how it is, and that's what we have to show tomorrow night. There will be moments when we can dominate. There will be moments, probably more, when Bayern is dominating. But in both moments, you can use the situation. That's what we try. But the balance is it's all about. Yeah, it's true.
And is that all the more difficult to do when you come here when Bayern are in form, which they appear to be at the moment?
Yeah, probably. That's in form. Yeah, when 3 weeks ago, and that's how you see how quick the world in football obviously changed. Bayern came to Liverpool, and we had to explain in England to all the people that we are not the massive favorite in that game. But obviously Bayern adapted to our form, or what they thought in the form we have, and So they showed a lot of respect, that's clear, like other teams did. So they defended really on a really high level Bayern that night. They played football as well, but not as much as they probably would do usually. That's of course will be different tomorrow night, but that doesn't make it the game easier. No, it's the other way around. That makes it of course more difficult, but gives us on the other hand side the opportunity to defend by ourselves better and on highest level, and that should be possible. And then it's an open game. In open games you always can win. That's the first thing to do, to create a situation where it's really an open game. And if we have that, we have a good chance. If we have a good chance, we should try to use it.
Okay, I think we've got the next 4 or 5 questions. We're going to go to the gentleman there, and then we'll come to the guys in the row here. But gentleman there first.
Thank you, Jurgen. This year,
Sorry.
Sorry, boss, to the right.
To the right. Oh.
Jurgen, this year Liverpool have scored 4 goals outside the box. Earlier years Liverpool have used to score some more at least. Is that a dimension that you miss in the game, like in clashes which are like Everton or United or this?
Actually, how many goals did we score? 68 or so? Or is it 68? Yeah. In Germany we say, wenn du keine Probleme hast, dann machst du ja selber welche.
If you don't have any problems, then you create problems.
You create your own. That sounds a little bit like that, to be honest. If you moan always about something you don't have, cannot be a happy person. No, I don't think too much. It's not that we say the boys don't shoot from outside the box, but it's not, let me say, Phil Coutinho is not here anymore. He was probably responsible for 60% of all the shots from outside the box. In the good old times, Ox didn't really play a lot. I can imagine, or I remember two goals from outside the box last year when he was playing for us, I think both against City or so. So that's how it is. It's no problem. We don't discuss before the game from where we want to score. We want to score from everywhere. That's how it is. But we don't miss it. It's we scored enough goals. We have to score tomorrow, and we have to defend them as well. From where we score, I don't care.
Okay, brilliant. We'll go back over here. I think there's a gentleman in the blue blazer, and then we'll go across. Yes, gentleman first. Yes.
Mr. Klopp, if we talk about to fans of Liverpool, then the English media always says that you're a very famous and popular person. But people say also that you need to win a title like the Premier League and like the Champions League. How do you assess this pressure? How do you see this pressure? How do you deal with this pressure? The second question to Bayern Munich. The club, you have played against them. You almost became coach against them. You won against Bayern Munich. What importance does this club have in your career? Question 1. Well, the pressure and titles. If you come to England, people say in the pub where people meet before a match, they ask the same question, they receive the same answers. Well, we don't see that pressure. We want to become champions. Of course we want to do that. We are not stupid, but we don't feel it. We don't experience this pressure. We don't have that pressure. The atmosphere is great in the city, at the club, and there's no pressure. If people say that I have to produce success, I know that, but there's no pressure about it. And there are only a few people who can throw me out of the club. But everything is fine at the club. Then people know where we started from, where we're at, and the direction. So we have the strongest competition here now to play. And also the Premier League against Man City. But we feel, well, we are a young team. We can develop further. And then we will see where this leads us to. Question number 2, Bayern Munich. Well, it's not a special place or location. There's nothing I'm connected to it. I love to come here in the past. We celebrated every goal we scored, the duels we won, and the German Cup that we lost, for example, as well, or won against them in the last minute. We won here with Dortmund, we lost here with Dortmund, we played great matches here, but it's not that, I'm sad looking back. I'm very happy. I was happy to pass by here to see the red light of this Allianz Arena. And it's always a sign that there is a great match ahead, and I'm happy to be a part of it, and we are part of it tomorrow, so everything's fine. Hello, Jurgen. What was seen in the first leg, what Bayern Munich intended to play, to do, they didn't receive a goal. That was the most important part for them. What do you expect of the match tomorrow in the Allianz Arena? And you said that the goalless draw for you is a little advantage for you. Do you expect Bayern tomorrow in a different way? Will they be more attacking? Well, you see Bayern more often than me. You knew that Bayern plays in a different way, that they are more attacking. The Kimmich, Alaba, that they always attack more. You know that better than me. And this is part of the game. But football, and especially the Champions League, it's the last 16. It's about both matches, to have a plan for both matches that works well. Both teams have plans. We have a plan, Bayern Munich has a plan, and we didn't think that about maybe Bayern playing in a different manner. We could have won 2-0, and they scored the opener here, and then there's a dynamic in the whole match. So for the moment, or the momentum of the second leg, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. If we would have won 2-0 at Anfield and Bayern scores the opener, there would be a different atmosphere in here. So, of course, if we score a goal now tomorrow after the first leg, we have an advantage. But it's not an advantage for anybody. We will see how the match develops. I think that maybe the wing backs will be more attacking compared to the first leg. But in the first leg, Bayern was attacking as well, and we defended well, we have to admit. And in the first, it was the first time with Fabiano and Matip in central defense, because before that Virgil van Dijk played always, and then you play against Robert Lewandowski. It's not easy to play them. You have Gnabry, who is in his best form ever, and Coman. So this is quality that they showed, and I think that we showed a good performance. We defended well, and it was not about kicking them out of the stadium with a lot of goals. And it was clear that it's a close match, and it has to be another close match tomorrow. And if we make it, then we can even win it. I don't need more. We have to be present from the first second on. We have to show and prove how much we want to make it into the last 16. And if we can make that, then we deserve it to make it into last 16. If we make it, then it's fine. If not, then Bayern deserved it. Mr. Klopp, Alisson just said with a lot of respect, he said that you're a funny guy and you're popular for that. A lot of people know you as a funny guy. And a Bayern fan just said today that he likes Jurgen Klopp because it looks like the sun is always shining out of him. How do you manage to do that? Also in moments where you're maybe not in your best mood, but to show your character and to just stick with yourself, to be yourself. Well, my son sent me a video this morning, the video showed how coaches freaked out. Trapattoni was there, but I was there in this video 3 times. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100%. Well, if you hadn't asked Ali, then he wouldn't have had this answered. But okay, of course, we're here in Germany. I'm gone for 3.5 years, and of course you can ask the players. But I'm not always funny. But I can be funny at times, but not always. I like my players. And I'm lucky to have a great team around me with great characters, with outstanding talent, with a sensational approach. We have lots of fun in training. How can I be in a bad mood? But I'm an average football player, and I can work together with these world-class players now. If this isn't fun, then I don't know. So if everybody is happy and if my family is doing well, then I'm mostly in a good mood. But of course, there are critics, and I'm fed up with maybe some referee decisions, and but yeah, I can't control myself in moments, but that's it. You talked about defense before, so my question about Dejan Lovren. After his injury, he is back in the team, and as a small boy, as an immigrant, he came to Bayern, actually. He learned playing here at Bayern. Is he motivated in a different way after coming back to Munich? Will he be a starter? Well, Dejan Lovren played against Burley, but he only trained twice before that, so I don't think that he was ready actually on Sunday to play. But today everything is fine. He trained in a normal way this morning, everything is fine, and he's an option. That's very important. But we will see. We will face against Bayern, and to play 90 minutes might be a little bit too long, but he's an option. He can come in. And I didn't know that when I came to Liverpool that he speaks perfectly German. He speaks also perfectly French as a Croatian, and he also speaks fluently English. Good evening. There was one topic in Germany in the last days, which was a lot discussed, the kicking out of Hummels, Boateng and Müller out of the national team. Do you have an opinion? Does it have an impact on the match tomorrow? Does this produce more power for these players? Well, this can be. I don't know. I don't think that one of the three players thought about that they will be kicked out. I know Mats from my experience before. But they will show a reaction, of course. They have a break now, and the national team break and so on, and so they will have more power. But okay, I have an opinion about that, and it was clear that you will talk about it. Just a small detail that I would like to say. I mean, I'm a coach myself, and my decisions are taken in a positive or a negative way. That's normal. That's not a problem at all. But I find that Jogi Löw has 100% the right to not nominate them because he has other players at his disposal. So, but I'm not really sure if we can say, or if you could say that, I just nominate you never again. But I don't know how it works with a national team. I mean, the players have a contract with me here at the club, and I can tell them it would be better if you leave in the summer. Yeah, and he can talk to me about it. But the national team, you don't have a contract, so they look for the best players. But I can, as a coach, can decide who plays, who is nominated. But I don't really know why it's so determined. But maybe somebody can explain it to me, why it's this decision is forever. I understand that he wants to make a change in generations, and I understand him with this in his opinion, but everything else. But we will see what we then deliver at the end, and that's how us coaches are measured. how how the match tomorrow, how can the match be decided also from the sideline? Who of you two coaches can give the bigger impulse tomorrow in the match? Well, we will have an impact on the match, but not the biggest. But we should have had this impact already in preparation. We had some time to be prepared and to talk to the players at the sideline. Then, of course, yeah, it's difficult. We can't give our impact as much as we want, maybe, but we have half time to talk about it then as well. But what do you mean with having an impact on the match from the sideline? Of course, we have our plans before, and yeah, the players are responsible on the pitch, and then I'm responsible afterwards if it doesn't work out that I wasn't able to explain it and prepare my players the best possible way. I will use it and yeah, be prepared for this match tomorrow.
Back in Liverpool, we talk all the time, you talk all the time about the power of Anfield, the influence of Anfield, the atmosphere that the fans create. There'll be a lot of Liverpool fans coming over to this game who've never experienced this stadium we're in right now. What type of atmosphere can this place create, and what are the fans like in this stadium from your experience?
The away fans have quite a chance. I don't want to make now any Bayern fans angry or whatever, how you can imagine. But to our Liverpool fans, I would say, don't hesitate and give it all, so that you can be loud. It has influence. We had here great moments, and we could celebrate with our fans afterward, but the atmosphere is good, actually, to be honest. So it will be good tomorrow. There's only one chance to calm it down, that's with football. As well, I think we should give it a try, but it will be difficult. But you will. It's a good place to come. It's a good place to enjoy football. We were here summer, 2 summers ago or so, but maybe not all of us. It was not full that night. I don't know anymore. But it's really good atmosphere, closed. All that stuff makes it different. Usually a good pitch. Don't know exactly how it is in the moment. It should be okay. And then, yeah, nothing between us and a good football game. So let's enjoy it. Let's try.